doing a somatic therapeutic mini session to help us transition from the work body day uh, space into resting, rest and repair. Yeah. So when you hit the pillow, you are already in that space of parasympathetic system. Yeah. So I have the soft balls, I have my blocks, and I have my tune up balls and the alpha balls, the alpha twins. Yeah. Also, you can have your foam roller, a pillow, a blanket, and the formula is simple. Is your felt sense, right? That is informed by your fascia, but your connective tissue has gazillions of nerve endings. And when I ask you close your eyes and feel this or pendulate between this sensation and this other sensation, that's your felt sense informing, right? When we use the balls or the foam roller up against that tissue, we are hydrating. We're calling upon new energy in that tissue, and your fascia connects throughout your entire body, right? There are very specific trains, lines, but it's not separate from, your foot, from your pelvic floor, from your tongue. It's all connected and wraps around your organs, feeds your muscles, right? Collagen hydrates them and deeply connected to your felt sense, your nervous system. And it remembers the energy of what have happened to you. Um, and some of us believe that even from 7 generations back of women, right? Not just through your genes, but I'm going to leave it at that. Okay. So we are talking directly to your nervous system and we're facilitating with the breath, right? And what I'm asking you to do here is to witness the sensations, right? And that's what's going to facilitate multiple systems to come and communicate. You're also going to remind your body of its natural state. Everything that you've been holding all day, it's going to hopefully receive this input and give you a wonderful output of coming back to neutral resting. It will remember. Yeah. So I'm going to start with the ball on my right glute, horizontally, middle to top. And my left hip is on the ground. And I have a sensation right now of, on a scale of 1 to 10, is a 4, 5. And I'm going to close my eyes. Please join me. And I'm going to start externally rotating my right hip, moving my leg out to the side like a clam, opening a clam. And I'm going to start connecting to my breath here. An inhale and exhale, whatever is available, right? That's a breath cycle. And I'm going to see if I can fit one breath cycle on my way out, opening the clam, and one full breath cycle on my way in. That's how slow I'm moving. Inhaling and exhaling on my way out, and inhaling and exhaling on my way in. Continue with this movement, coordinating with your breath, and see what's available. Maybe the first few breath cycles are kind of shallow, not long, not deep. Don't judge it. Just keep coming back to your breath. We're not going to make stories about any of it. Your only job here is to witness and breathe. The formula is felt sense with your breath on top of the surface, the balls, with this movement, the clam, for the amount of time, minimum 2 minutes. And as we're preparing for nighttime, bedtime, you are going to try to elongate your exhale by a second or two. Inhale and exhale long without stressing. And I want you to start finding your breath, your exhale on your throat, as if you were trying to fog a mirror. That sensation that is directly speaking to your vagus nerve. It's one of your cranial nerves at the brainstem, both left and right side of your brain. And we're going to be here for a couple more reps, coordinating breath, felt sense, movement on top of the surface, elongating my exhale. Make this your last rep. Remove the balls, extend your legs, and feel that right foot, right knee, right hip, right shoulder, right arm. Feel that entire right side, which is where the ball was. And notice that right side connecting to the ground, expanding. Maybe even that right leg will feel a little longer. Notice the right side of your hip and glutes, the pelvis. It's grounded. If you open your eyes and look, that right side will be even more externally rotated to the ground. Notice the output. You had a shift. We're going to bend the knees and move the ball to the other side. It's horizontally. My right hip is on the ground. I feel like I'm tilted. My left side may feel a little different from my right side. It may have a little bit of a harder time relaxing or easier time. Just notice the difference. Notice what's shifting. And if the sensation is higher than a 7, I want you to just sit here. Don't move. Your nervous system will always win. And it's going to detect this object on your pelvis and it's going to go stranger danger and it will give you pain. So you take it off. Unless you change your brain opinion on how much danger you're in. And you do that by using that formula. We are going to close our eyes felt sense. Notice, give it a score on a scale of 1 to 10. What's the sensation on your hip? If it's below a 7, you can start moving. We're going to open the clam, find one full breath cycle on my way out, and a full breath cycle on my way in. Noticing. Inhale and exhale as you externally rotate the hip, noticing what else is gripping. Inhale and exhale as you close the clam. Finding that ujjayi breath sound, ocean like noise in your throat. Notice the sensations and pendulate between the discomfort and the pleasurable sensations. Notice if you've changed your brain opinion on how much danger you're in, and if that sensation, that score went down. If your score goes up, don't move, just breathe there until that number goes down. Because your brain will give you higher and higher pain if it's thinking that you're at risk or danger, right? And it will always win. So if it's a no from your nervous system, we listen. Pain is there for a reason. It's to guide us and to do something different. Continue with your breath, your movement, witness what's happening. It's in the witnessing and the pendulating between the sensations where the resourcing happened, where we can actually heal trauma, move the energy of trauma, I should say. The fall, the surgery, the tattoo, the this is all going into the category of trauma. Childbirth is also on the category of trauma. So we're just moving the energy of it. We are not thinking about it. We are not making a story. We are resourcing back to resilience. Simple formula, felt sense, eyes closed, if available, or lower your gaze. Movement on top of the surface or not, just on top of the surface for the amount of time. Elongate your exhale. And we do this for 10, 20, 30 minutes. It will go into the bank account of health, of rest and repair. If you didn't get enough sleep last night or good quality of sleep, disrupted, this will go into the same bank account. You will downshift if you can do it in the morning, in the middle of the day. It may not be available because of work, but for sure do it before bed. So you will hit the pillow already in a different state as opposed to your body fighting its way into it. Remove the bowl, extend your legs, feel the output from that beautiful signaling. Notice the left foot, your left knee, left hip, all the way up to the left shoulder and neck. Notice the left side fully in comparison to the right side fully. Notice your lower body. And maybe now your upper body is talking louder because it wants some of what the pelvis just got. We're going to do that and spend a few minutes doing that. I'm going to put my balls, the two balls, horizontally on my upper traps or right before, right in between my shoulder blades. I'm going to bring my block to help me if this is a sensation that is too much. So I'm here. Notice, maybe draw a line and my head on the blocks. I'm going to hug myself to create space in between the shoulder blades. My balls are on each side of the spine, and this feels intense. This is today, it's more of a 7 on a scale of 1 to 10. So I'm going to spend a little time here breathing, changing my brain opinion from stranger danger to relax and receive. Inhale and exhale. Elongating my exhale through my nose, into my chest, expanding my ribs, bringing my breath all the way down to my pelvic floor. Exhaling long. Notice what's gripping. Notice what's trying to hold on. And now my 7 is more of a 5. Oh, I'm going to remove the block and check and see. I'm going to move the balls up a little bit more by scooching down. Oh, I'm going to go ahead and hug myself as if I was trying to separate my shoulder blades from each other. And I'm going to start rotating my ribs very gently and slowly. Oh, this is tender. And if it is higher than a 7, you just wait and breathe without moving. You just put your arms out and wait to change your brain opinion on how much danger you're in. If you need to put back the block, you put back the block of a blanket or a pillow. My block is too big. I want less of it. So I'm going to switch my block to a bowl, deflated, a little bit deflated bowl, and this feels wonderful. You can be relaxing without moving, or you can be moving to give a little bit more of an input. And I'm rotating my ribs as I inhale and exhale. I'm hydrating right now my erectors, but because of the location of the balls, I'm really also hydrating here. My rhomboids, a few things pass through my traps. And when I rotate my ribs to the right, I lean more on the right side, a bigger input. Same is true on the left. And I'm noticing that my left side is a little more tender. And I can pause here and do a few breath cycles. I can also rotate my neck. And because I have my ball, which is a soft ball, I can also massage the back of my neck a little. Inhale and exhale. And you want to keep your neck nice and hydrated to avoid migraines and headaches. Inhale and exhale. And you can mess this up. You can do a minute of rotating and switching. You can just do your neck. You can just stay here and breathe and notice breath, felt sense on top of the surface for the amount of time, elongating your exhale. So we're downshifting. You'll be surprised and shocked as to what your body was carrying and doing before this exercise and then after, and what you take to bed with you. So, this is a good practice. Remove the balls, lay on the back, and notice the output, right? From your input. And for most of us, mothers, working, workers with businesses, humans walking through life in this world today, this is what's missing. We are loading on top of loading on top of loading, always outsourcing energy, not enough resourcing. And unless you do this kind of work, the hydrating of the, the tissues, right, is not happening. You can drink water as much as you want, but it's not happening. This is nervous system regulating. This will resource your muscles and your fascia. This will get you set for bed. This will send the signal of parasympathetic rest and repair, downshift. If you do this in the morning after working out, it'll get you from fight or flight, the stress, right? Cortisol hormone to downshifting and stabilizing that way. Hopefully you eat after you work out. Those are all things that we need. And this is missing. This is life changing. You at this piece over time, it takes about 3 months, 3 to 6 months to change your tissue, but this is life changing. I hope it was helpful and I know you can do it. Try that before you use medication. There is a place for medication, but try this. Thank you.